Hi everyone. Today we're in Unit 7 and it says Day 4 notes, and we're actually going to change this to be Day 5 notes. So we're going to talk again about angle of elevation and depression and double right triangles. So remember, the angle of elevation is when you're looking out horizontally and then you look up. There's our angle of elevation. Angle of depression is when you're standing up high. Normally we have a horizontal line of sight and then you look down. That's our angle of depression. This is a common error. And then here is our right triangle. But then in this case, angle of depression, here's our right triangle. That angle of depression is outside the triangle. But because these horizontal lines of sight are both parallel, your angle of depression ends up equaling your angle of elevation. So we talked about that in Day 4 notes. So today we are going to be doing double right triangles. So sometimes in pictures we have more than one right triangle. We have one that's like inside another one, and then there's going to be two different angle measurements that we're going to use as a reference angle. So sometimes we need to use trig on a larger right triangle and then on a smaller one and subtract the two values to find a change in distance traveled. Remember, here's the key fact right here, is it always has to be a right triangle. Technically in this picture there are three triangles. There's triangle PBF, and that's a right triangle. There's triangle PBT, which is the bigger right triangle. And then you have this little slice of a triangle, triangle PFT. But triangle PFT is not a right triangle, so you cannot do trigonometry on that triangle. So make sure you're always dealing with right triangles. Sometimes it helps to draw the two different pictures, so to split them up. So to draw the smaller one and then the bigger right triangle. Remember also, leave your decimals out to 4 decimal places and always round at the end of the problem. So let's take a look at a double right triangle problem. So it says, as shown below, a canoe is approaching a lighthouse on the coastline of a lake. So as I start to read, here I see a canoe. Here's, it looks like water. Here's the lighthouse that's on the coastline of a lake. The front of the canoe is 1.5 feet above the water, and an observer in the lighthouse is 112 feet above the water. Okay, so they're describing the picture. At 5 o'clock, the observer in the lighthouse measured the angle of depression to the front of the canoe to be 6 degrees. Excuse me, so we're starting at the top of the lighthouse. And remember, you always have a horizontal line of sight, so your angle of depression now to the tip of that canoe is 6 degrees. So that is labeled up here. 5 minutes later, the observer measured and saw the angle of depression to the front of the canoe had increased by 49 degrees. So now in this picture, he was looking out straight, and now the angle of depression increased another 49 degrees. Determine and state to the nearest foot per minute the average speed at which the canoe traveled towards the lighthouse. So actually, this is a speed question. And speed, to figure that out, you need the distance traveled divided by the time. So that's actually how we're going to find speed. Speed is actually your distance divided by how much time has gone by. All right, so first we have to figure out the distance. So we need to figure out the distance from one canoe to the other canoe. So that's actually what we are looking for. So, I am looking at this picture and I see a big right triangle, which I'm going to do in red. And then also in the picture, there is a smaller right triangle, which I'm going to color in blue. So there's also this other triangle right in here, but that is not a right triangle. And this is the length we need. That's our distance in between the two canoes. However, again, this shape is not a right triangle. So we're going to have to find this bottom side of the red triangle, the bottom side of the blue one, and then subtract those to find our distance. So that is what we are going to have to do in this problem. So let's first start with our big red triangle. So I'm going to redraw it. Okay, so we know that this lighthouse is 112 feet above the tip of the canoe. But remember, this angle went to the tip of the canoe. So actually this red triangle is up a bit higher. So we're not going to use that. This is not 112 feet. This is actually our 112 feet minus the 1.5 feet of that canoe. So actually, we are going to be using 112 minus 1.5, which is 110.5. That is this vertical height. Now remember, your angle of depression is outside your triangle. So we are going to use the fact that we have parallel lines cut by a transversal and move that angle of elevation inside. Okay, so we are solving for x. So I'm going to highlight my reference angle, and I'm going to label this is my opposite side and this is my adjacent side. And this is the first step of the problem, so I'm going to label everything, make it nice and neat. So using our trigonometry, here's our words. So katoa, I have opposite and adjacent, so that is tangent. So I'm going to now substitute in tangent of 6 degrees is my opposite side, 110.5, divided by my adjacent side. I am not looking for the degree, so I'm going to put it over 1 and cross multiply. So I have 110.5 times 1 is going to equal x times the tangent of 6. To solve for x, I'm going to divide both sides by tangent of 6. So 110.5 divided by tangent of 6 degrees. And this is not the answer to the problem. So I am going to go out 4 decimal places. So that 2 is in the 4th place. The 7 is going to tell me to round that 2 up. So I have 0.3373. Okay. So that is this whole distance here. That's what x is in the big picture. But now, for my second step, I need to focus in on the skinnier blue right triangle. So again, this distance is not 112, it's at 110.5. And for this triangle, we need our angle. So remember it said that the 6 degrees was increased by 49. So this whole thing is 49 plus 6, which is actually 55 degrees. So outside of our triangle, we actually have a 55 angle of depression. So using our parallel lines cut by a transversal, those alternate interior angles are congruent. So the angle I'm going to be working with is actually 35 degrees. All right, so this time I'm going to label this distance y. All right, so using my highlighter on my 2 different triangles, I again have opposite and I'm looking for adjacent. So again, that's tangent. I guess I'll continue doing this in blue. So tangent of 55 degrees is going to equal my opposite, 110.5, divided by my adjacent, which is my y. I'm going to cross multiply. So it's very similar to the last problem. All right, so I have to solve for y, so I'm going to divide both sides by tangent of 55. Those cancel out. All right, so now I have 110.5 divided by tangent of 55. All right, so y is 77 point. And again, I got to round to 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm making a decision about that 9. The 3 tells me to leave it alone. So 37.29. Okay, so we still need to find the difference of these two. So this is now step 3. My distance traveled is going to be my x value minus my y value. So I'm just going to copy these down. Oops, that's supposed to be a 3. I don't know where I got a 5 from. This number minus the 77 point. I'm going to go off paper. 3729. All right, so let's get those subtracted. 1051.3373 minus 77.3729. Okay, so my distance traveled is 973.9644. Notice I'm not done with the problem yet, so I'm still going out 4 decimal places. So this one is the average speed. So now my step 4, like I said, speed is your distance traveled, which is that last number we just found, divided by time. Now remember, they said they started at 5 o'clock, but then 5 minutes later. So 5 minutes have gone by. So if you take these values, it's already on my calculator, so I'm just going to hit now divide by 5. Oh, it went away. I hit clear. 973.9644 divided by 5. This now is the final answer. This is the speed, and they want the nearest foot per minute. This was feet, that's minutes. So to the nearest, so a whole number, so that 7 tells me to round up to 4. So it's going to be 195 feet per minute. That's how fast the person in the canoe is going. So this was a Regents question. It was worth 4 points. So show your work neatly, use 2 different colors, split up those 2 triangles, and it'll help you to think through the problem. All right, we're going to actually skip number 2. It's kind of basic, so I was going to skip that one. But then there is this additional problem that I added on that you were supposed to staple to your notes. So let's check out this one. Sarah, here's Sarah, stands on the ground and sights the top of a steep cliff at a 60-degree angle of elevation. Actually, Sarah's starting over here. So here's our 60-degree. She's looking up the steep cliff, and she's looking up here. Then she steps back 50 meters and sights the top of the cliff at a 30-degree angle. If Sarah is 1.8 meters tall, how tall is the steep cliff to the nearest meter? So in this problem, we are looking for the height of the cliff. So this is what we're looking for. So I'm going to label that X. So again, there's 3 triangles in this picture. Here's a right triangle. So triangle ADB, and then triangle ACB. So we need the height of the cliff. Now there's another triangle, triangle ADC, that is not a right triangle, so you're not going to be doing trig on that triangle. So we either have the big one or the little one. Well, let's start with the little one. I have 60-degree angle. That's the only piece of information I have, and I'm looking for a side, so I cannot start there. I need either an angle and a side or 2 sides, so I can't start with that triangle. So let's look at the bigger one. Well, the bigger one, I have an angle, and I have 50 meters, but 50 meters only goes from D to C. So I don't have this whole side. So again, I'm still stuck because I don't have enough information to get started. So I actually am going to have to choose a different variable. So I'm going to choose Y to represent the length from C to B. So now I can get started. So again, I have a big red triangle. So step 1, I'm going to draw my big red triangle. Oh, that side's terrible. There's my right angle.